The processing time for the K1 visa is sadly slowing down, and processing times could take up to 12 months to be approved. If you're currently applying for a K1 Fiancé visa or getting ready to start, you're probably asking yourself, how long is this whole process going to take? In this video, I'll be sharing everything I found out about the latest USCIS processing times for the K1 visa as of July 2025. Whether you're just beginning your immigration journey or stuck in the waiting phase, my goal is to give you some clear insight as to what to expect. My husband and I personally went through the K1 visa process, and it took 9 months before we received our approval. It truly felt like forever while waiting for USCIS. So I thought it would be useful to keep continuing to help anyone else going through the US immigration process as much as I can. The official USCIS website is still currently stating that 80% of cases will hear back by 9 months. This data is based on historical data and doesn't take into account how quickly or slowly USCIS currently processes applications in a given month. Let's take a look at what USCIS are currently processing. The website I'm using is called trackmyvisanow.com. I actually came across it while my husband and I were waiting for our own K1 visa approval. This is a public website, and I'm not connected to the site in any way. Discovering it just honestly gave us a renewed sense of hope, and being able to see possible timelines helped us feel like we weren't completely in the dark. If you're anything like me, you're counting down the days until you can finally start your life with the person you love. And if this helps even a little, then it's worth sharing. If you're only interested in the current wait time, at the top here, they've stated the current processing time for Form I-129F ranges from 8 to 11 months. Recently filed applications will experience longer wait times. And this is based on their predictive software. Since my last video on K1 visa processing times, which I posted last month, they had stated processing times range from 7 to 9 months, so you can already see a jump in wait times increasing. The first graph currently shows all the applications for the K1 visa, dating back from July 2023 to today's date, July 2025. I've simplified this graph for demonstration purposes. And in green shows all the cases that have been approved, and all those in blue are still waiting to be processed. As you can see, the majority of those who applied before November 2024 have been approved, with a few applications from various months that have still been untouched by USCIS. As of today, they still have approximately 60% of applications received on November 2024 to complete before they move on to the next months. This second graph shows how many cases USCIS processes each month. And again, I've just simplified this graph for demonstration purposes. You're welcome to visit the site and play around with all the selectable options. But here in green, I've selected to show all the approved cases. You can see the two columns, May and June, show how much less USCIS are processing than all the previous months. There was a significant slowdown of the processing of cases from the month of April to the month of May, and now furthermore from the month of May to June. Track My Visa Now did recently release a statement in their newsletter, and I'll leave a link to the full newsletter in the description box, in which they said, the second quarter of 2025, April, May, and June, has been marked by a notable decrease in I-129F processing volume. The month of June has averaged 54 cases per working day. At the current June rate, USCIS is processing 1,100 to 1,300 cases per month, while receiving between 3,300 and 3,900 non-rejected cases per month. If the current rate remains unchanged, the backlog of cases will grow rapidly, leading to increased wait times in the near future. This final graph here shows what USCIS is processing as of today's date, July 2025. In the last 28 days, USCIS processed the majority of cases from October and November of 2024, with a heavy focus on November cases. And these are the months they are currently working on, meaning that if you submitted your application in November of 2024, you're likely to hear back really soon. In green, you can see the amount of cases approved, and in yellow, those who received a request for more evidence. USCIS tends to process cases in order and tend to complete each month before moving on to the next. For other forms later in the process, their approval is random and spread out over different submission months. But in this case, once USCIS finishes November, it will move on to December, then January in consecutive order. So this means that while November 2024 cases are currently the ones being worked on, if you filed in November, your case may be next to be approved. Track My Visa Now did further state in their newsletter that once your case is approved by USCIS, the National Visa Center, which is where your case is sent to next before they forward your case directly to the US Embassy or consulate in your home country, has also slowed down, taking an additional 2 months for further processing. Track My Visa Now also stated, unless there is a reversal in the current trends, we expect that median average wait times will once again reach 12 plus months by the fourth quarter in 2025, i.e. October to December. However, USCIS do have a proven track record of successfully reversing undesirable trends. So my hope is that they do change course and start speeding up the processing of cases once again, like they have done in the past. I know the wait is long and frustrating, but hang in there. If you'd like to share your timeline, feel free to drop it in the comments below, as I'm sure it'll help others and give those currently waiting some hope. If this video has been helpful in any way, or if you'd find it valuable for me to continue posting USCIS processing updates, whether every 2 weeks or once a month, please let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and my fingers are crossed that USCIS processes your case very soon.